Owen, when you learned you won the Special Teams Player of the Week, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. I heard about it in one of my classes, and I just started smiling. I couldn't stop smiling, but at the end of the day, we have next week to think about, and I need to keep my eyes on Navy more than anything.
What's it like mentally when you're in such a close game like that, and you obviously know that you can't get too far away on the sideline because you're probably going to be, called on multiple times to either stay in a game or maybe win it?
100%. That's always in my mind. I'm always in the net on the side of the field that we have to kick to, so I'm always ready. I'm never too far away. I make sure I'm just staying in my fundamentals for those moments and keeping my mind screwed on tight.
You seem to be getting better as the year goes on. Talk about your confidence level with almost a whole season here under your belt.
Nothing's really changed from the beginning. I still go into every game with the same killer instinct, but I'm human, so mistakes happen. But every game I go into it thinking the same thing. I think there's a possibility that I'm gonna have to win the game. I expect that, so I'm always ready for any circumstance and every kick.
You were talking about having to make kicks with the game on the line, and as it turned out, you made a kick with the game on the line in overtime. What was going through your head for that extra point?
It was basically the same as every other one. I did my regular routine. Fist bump John. He's one of the best holders I've ever seen in my life, but he always helps. Nothing really different. I just thought I had to make it.
When you saw they were going for two after that from the sideline, what's going through your mind? They're not trusting their kicker. They decided to go for two and roll the dice.
I wasn't really thinking about that. He obviously, he made a kick to get them to overtime, so congrats to him. I was just hoping our defense could come up with the stop and we could go bowling.
Is the biggest key for you repeating that same routine no matter what the situation is?
Yeah, routine, mindset, and keeping it consistent is the biggest thing for me, I think, in my position. Because if you waver for that or get complacent, then mistakes start happening more often than they should.
We saw a lot of the other players slipping on the field. Was it any different for you with your plant leg on their turf?
100%. That was a good question. My first three kicks, I slipped it all three times, and luckily I didn't fall, because that would have been kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I fell the first three, or slipped the first three kicks, so that's funny.
What makes their turf so different?
It's just not as squishy. The thing that was good for me, though, is my high school field was basically the same exact turf, so I was used to it. But it's been 2 years since I kicked on it, so I definitely did. I slipped a couple times, but it ended up working out pretty well.
Owen, talk about, you mentioned John Young earlier. He's one of the best punters in the conference. Just your relationship with him and how he's helped you this year in your first year at ECU.
He's always there for me to talk about form. He's a big form-focused guy. With his punting as well, he's like a mechanic. He does the same thing every time. There's some people who don't do the same motion every time, and they adjust to certain different circumstances in whatever they're feeling, and those people are really good too. But he tries to do the same motion every single time, and that's what makes him good, is he can replicate.